Hello, Alexis Smith here again. This is part 2 of Not Made Up. As I was saying in the previous video, I would use an Alpha Smart to type things out if I could. But one time when I was in 6th grade, while we were working on math, I knew that I could not use it then because we were talking about numbers. So as I was writing, my hand got tired because we had math every day for like 45 minutes. And my hand was getting very sweaty. And I had an assistant. So I looked over at her and I asked her, I said, "Can you please write for me?" And she looked at me and she said, "Well, what's wrong with your hands?" And immediately I was embarrassed and ashamed. And I guess I was ashamed at that point because if you physically look at my hands, just at quick glance, they look to be fine. You wouldn't know that I had a hard time writing for long periods of time, or you would know that I also had trouble with like using scissors, or my penmanship wasn't the best. So out of shame, I told her nothing. So she snapped back at me and she said, "Well, okay, well then write." And I was 12 at the time, 12 and a half. So by me being a child and her being an adult and she was supposed to assist me, I was very thrown back, and I'm thinking like, well, people who work with me as a student, they know my condition, so I'm not making it up. And it says that I have this condition. So why can't she just write for me? Because I'm more concerned about the material sticking as opposed to me writing everything perfectly, worrying about spelling and worrying about penmanship to say like if I can read the information later on. And I didn't say anything to her at the time, but I wish I would have, because I should have said to her, "My hand is starting to hurt and it's starting to feel numb." And I guess I didn't also say anything to her at the time because a lot of times when I would say things to her, if she didn't believe me, she had no problem with me hearing her smack her lips, like whatever type of thing, like "You're lying, shut up." And I just wanted to say to all of you viewers out there, if you have a documentation of any kind of disability, do not be ashamed to get accommodations, because your accommodations will definitely help you be academically successful. And if you need help with something, get the help. And if people are ignoring you, talk to your case managers at your school or talk to your special education teachers, because your general education teachers cannot ignore your needs, and they're valid. And don't be embarrassed.